Hey guys, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Blind. We're in a little bit of a recess, last trial of the last case. Oh my gosh, the last one was such a roller coaster. I don't even know what's going to happen now. Edgeworth, you were right. I'm really sorry for being such an ass in the room to you. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Huh, don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. That is such an Edgeworth thing to say. Holy crap, babes. Oh no, Gumshoe, you cockblocker. I was just about to get in there, man. Come on now. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. What's up, dude? Oh, well, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, bye. Oh, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Come back. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I seen happier people at funerals. Why did we call him here? I take it Lana's having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give this to you if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law? Edgeworth was talking about this just the other day. I'm sure you know the 2 rules of evidence law, don't you, Wright? Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. You could at least study some evidence law, really? Whoops. Well, now we have the book. Now we can study it. The chief prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. Him? Yeah, the guy from Powerpuff Girls? No? Okay. I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Can we look at that now? Securely slipped evidence law into pocket. Okay. Doesn't look like that book will do you any good now, though. Well, hang on. Let me look at it to decide. You didn't even give me 2 seconds. Evidence law. Let's look. From Miss Sky. Explains the 2 rules of evidence law. Touch check for details. Rule number 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Rule number 2, unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case in trial. Is that all? Can we look at it any further? That's it? So you can't, like, examine it or anything. Doesn't look like it. Alright. I wonder what that's gonna play into. Are we gonna have to call up on that law later? Who knows? All that's left now is the chief prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting in that prosecutor's seat, despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Mr. Edgeworth, the real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What else is left here to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Emma Sky found out she's unwittingly caused a man's death. And now, you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal! You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're gonna expose him. Oh god. To all of the court. No pants. Nothing. And Edgeworth too. That's after. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Shit, I hope that we can do that. I really do. Alright. We're back. In here. This lovely room. Judge, how's your beard, buddy?
The court will now convene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor?
The inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions.
Oh, Edgeworth, don't even care anymore. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. So smarmy.
Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecution calls forth a witness. But, this isn't easy to say. You see, there is some concern that Mr. Edgeworth may have,
struck a bargain? You think I may have manipulated the witnesses?
I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking and...
Uh-huh. Rude. Can't you make your own fucking opinions? Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution.
A solution?
That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all further witnesses.
What? But there's never been a case example.
Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. It would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witnesses.
Well, Mr. Wright, what are you saying?
Wait, who are we gonna call, though? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. The defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Yeah, but who are we gonna call? Oh no, there's only one person left I can think of, and I don't want to talk to him.
Then it's settled. The, defense may now call forth the next witness.
Mr. Wright. Edgeworth's just having a sleep. You do realize this is your last chance? If you call the wrong witness, this trial's as good as over. Wait, do we have to pick it ourselves? Oh no, let's think about this. Let's think about this. Time's finally come to bring— I think I know who we need to call, but is he actually gonna have— it's gotta be Damon Gant, doesn't it? Because he's the only one we haven't heard from. And if we're still talking about the time when Neil Marshall got murdered, we definitely need to talk to him. I'm gonna go with that. That's my gut feeling anyway. God, I hope so. I mean, we can mess up if we need to. The defense calls Damon Gant to the stand.
Damon Gant? What does he have to do with anything?
Everything? Hello, haven't you been paying attention? As a defendant's partner 2 years ago, Miss Gant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. Did I have to call Miss? Miss Gant. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor?
True. All right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Gant to the stand.
Oh, brother, I can't wait for this. Gantendorf, how are you doing, Grandpa? Witness, please state your name and occupation.
What, is this some kind of practical joke? I was just on my way to lunch.
Your name and occupation, sir.
Worthy, are you sure you want to do this?
Your name and occupation. Oh, look at him, always smiling.
So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Gant.
Fine.
My name is Damon Gant. I'm the acting chief of police.
Now then, Chief Gant, the court requests to hear your testimony.
Oh, righto. What's with the grim face?
First, let's clear up this SL9 incident.
Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered that prosecutor?
Rude! Holy shit, dude, we just figured that out!
Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already.
There are still some things unaccounted for.
Oh? Like what?
Like the role you played in all of this.
What? What you gonna say now, son? Either you're very brave or very foolish.
Whatever. You can't harm me. I already have 0 clients. What the fuck you gonna do to my ass?
You are aware, of course, that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal.
Weapons?
Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to.
What? Is that true?
I'm afraid so. The chief of police has the right to refuse to testify.
Of course, such an action carries with it certain risks.
Don't worry, I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you.
Uh-huh.
Very well, the witness may now begin his testimony. Oh, this ought to be good. Oh, fucking shit.
What the fuck is this guy gonna say about the SL9 incident, Gantendorf? What are you gonna say about it?
As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either.
Alright.
When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Uh-huh. Why the fuck you lying?
Is that when Doc was arrested?
Him? He was lying on the floor unconscious. Right, this again. Ugh. Gross. What a way to go.
When Emma sent Neil flying, it seems Doc bumped his head. I see. Everything seems pretty clear-cut.
No. No, it doesn't. If the police chief has the right to refuse to testify, then I'd better hit him hard and fast. Wait, no, not him. Save that for Edgeworth, please. I don't want to do this to Damon Gant. No, I mean, he's a dapper-looking old man, but still, please. Can we not do that? As I recall, a ceremony was held at the police department that day.
Yes, that's right. I guess you could say I'm a workaholic.
Okay.
After winning his award, Neil was all fired up too. That's probably what spooked Doc and made him run away like that. Was the defendant Lana Skye also present in the room? I don't quite remember. At the very least, she wasn't there when Doc ran for it.
Alright. To make a long story short, we slipped up. That power outage didn't help either. Tell me about that. It's a weird coincidence that would happen. So the two of you ran immediately after him, right?
That's right, but Doc made it to the elevator first. So Neil and I split up. He went upstairs and I went downstairs, I guess you could say. He got lucky.
What's this about a power outage?
Oh, that. The elevator stopped all of a sudden and I got the shock of my life. Well, probably not as shocked as Neil was when that knife went into his heart, though.
Rude! Holy shit! Insensitive fuck! Dude! Exactly! Holy moly! When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Okay. Could you tell us what you saw?
It was a shocking sight.
Oh my word.
Neil and that serial killer were lying in a heap on the floor, all tangled together. Doc was also lying collapsed on the floor? Yes, apparently he hit his head and was knocked out. Next to them were those two poor girls.
Lana and Emma.
Lana was cradling Emma in her arms. Looking back at it now, she must have already known what her sister had done.
That's so mean. Holy shit. Apparently she had already arranged the crime scene. Please tell me about that. How can you know that?
Because of the victim's body, it already had been moved.
So that means... You found the body near Lana's desk?
That's right. I think you said earlier, it was my suit of armor that really stabbed the prosecutor.
Yes.
Anyway. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery.
Or did you? So you're saying, then why did you hide the evidence, that was the thing? That the forgery had already taken place by the time you'd arrived at your office?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I can understand how Lana must have felt. But moving a body and hiding evidence are inexcusable no matter what the circumstances.
Is that how it really went down? No. Staring at the witness won't do you any good, Mr. Wright. Something's wrong. What's the thing that we need to show? If you're going to stare at anything, you'd better be off staring at the court record. Rude.
Worthy, always the smooth talker.
But which piece of evidence ties Gant to the forgery? Lana did admit to forging evidence, but that can't be the whole truth. What was in the safe? The piece of the urn and the cloth. It's one of those things, is it not? Okay. I think I'm on the right track with this. But which one? I think it's the last one. This one. I think it's this one that we have to press him on to show that he actually is. What do we give him, though? What about the piece of... Okay, so it's either the piece of the jar, which I think is the jar at this point, or the cloth. But this doesn't really... Why was the blood-stained piece of the jar in a safe? That's the one that's really bugging me. Is that the piece we have to use? Because what else do we really have? Nothing really. The picture won't do us any... I mean, he also had the evidence list in his desk. That could also be it, though. We could try all three if we mess up. Why don't we just go in order, then? Try the pot first, then the evidence list, and then the cloth? That was the order we have them, so... I don't know. Oh my god, is this right? Maybe all three of them would have worked. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. But I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence, yes, were found in your office. This is what I'm getting at. Maybe all three of them would have worked. Take this jar, for example. Look at this jar!
That's that blue badger you showed us earlier.
It's not the fucking blue badger, holy shit. Are you dumb? A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Yeah, like the most important blood-stained piece. That you shattered, probably to get rid of the rest. Not only that, but the evidence list I presented earlier, aha, here we come, was actually found inside your desk.
It was found where?
You see, Chief Gant? These articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Yeah, here we go. Alright, we're getting somewhere now.
Chief Gant, what's the meaning of this? Oh! Here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy!
So you admit to it then, that you were involved in the forgery?
Who, me? Or do you mean you?
Me? Why would I have anything to do with that?
Well, you were the one who snuck into my office when you found this evidence.
We did. Well, we didn't sneak. We had an ID. It was just illegally used.
Prosecutors aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Righto?
Yeah, Edgeworth, help me out here, please.
However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation.
Worthy, my boy.
Not even detectives are exempt from the law.
So you're just gonna say that all of us are crooked? That means you are too, by default.
Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment.
Oh no. Poor Gumshoe.
What?
If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Maybe we can hire him. Maybe we should do that.
Yes, well, in light of the detectives present.
Oh my god, I can't read today, you guys. I'm so sorry. So many words.
Please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office.
Oh, this ought to be good. Let's try this.
And their relation to the forgery that took place at this crime scene.
My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. The judge is not a child. He's like the same age as you. Please. Alright, what's this about? Evidence and forgery. Well, tell me about this.
Let's see, what was it now? A jar, fragment, and a list. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. If they were found after Doc was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way.
I don't believe a word of that.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
When investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You do understand that I am the chief of police, right? There will be consequences.
Oh.
Indeed, I believe I will press charges so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. All right, Oji, return, though. I know. That place, right?
Huh? What are these guys, telepathic?
I guess.
Oh, they're gonna meet up later.
Oh, I ship it.
Who else would I ship? Alright. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Well, let's just press everything and see.
I'd appreciate if you stopped making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that.
What? I'll have you know, back in the day, I once broke into a cattle ranch and Phoenix, what are you doing? Don't say that.
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, you're going to need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
What else? I'm talking about when your fingerprints are found. Yes, if they're found inside my safe, they would prove your investigation was illegal.
Great. Did you touch anything, Phoenix, or did you just grab the evidence and run? Can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. Alright.
What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course, but suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery.
But it does, because Edgeworth needed those for the case and you didn't give them to him. If concealing evidence found in a crime scene isn't forgery...
I'm not through speaking yet, Mr. Wright. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered.
Oh, he's gonna say found it much later, after the case was already closed, isn't he? Oh, for fuck's sake. That's not right. You're gonna go with that? Are you saying this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list.
You mean the half of it that you didn't give someone?
For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after Doc was sentenced.
I don't think so.
Oh, and wouldn't that be convenient? Right.
Chief is talking about possibilities, so as long as you can't rule that out, your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Ugh. Come now, Mr. Wright. Think about it.
There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Or is there?
How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil?
I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. But in the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise was Emma Skye.
Yeah, she didn't murder him. Come on now, there wasn't an intent. Well, now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Something's really wrong with this testimony, and I can't figure out what. At the very least, there is one very large benefit you've reaped from all this.
Oh? I wasn't aware. What is this benefit?
That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police.
Oh!
That's true. He was only a detective at the time. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. What you gonna say now?
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh man, he's always smiling. Is he gonna have a freak out sprite? I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen and it's gonna scare me, probably. Do you really think I'm that incontinent? Oh, never mind. It's fine. It still works. Yes! What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next chief. The resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway. Oh. Well, there goes that. Great. Good research, Phoenix. Be careful when pointing that finger or you might wind up the one being pointed at. So, that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else, like Lana. Is that where we're going with this? Is he really a quote-unquote nice guy who wanted to help Lana out? Okay, if that's the case, then I forgive him a little, but only a little. Don't be silly, Worthy, you know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. I don't think that's true. I think at the time you really did look out for Lana. There, it's out in the open now. Audrey, would you mind if I change my testimony a little?
By all means, please do.
What's he gonna say? I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me. I don't think that's true at all. Nothing in it for you?
Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly.
That girl, Lana's little sister, was it?
If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
Not for her, but for Lana, I bet you did. You're right, you don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people, that's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, that's a good one, Worthy.
Could there have been something in it for him? Yeah. Given his selfishness, would he have helped someone out, point out accomplice? I think it was Lana. That's what I think. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake. But if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you're positively determined to portray the chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very well, I'll ask. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
I think I know it already. Yeah.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant?
Yeah, weren't they inseparable as a team? I believe it's quite obvious in the light of circumstances. Emma Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. Who would want to help her more than her own sister Lana? And as for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant. Yeah, so even if he was up for chief of police, he put her in that prosecutor's chair so basically he could have his leash on her and they could control the whole thing together under his want. That's probably what it was. I had a feeling that's what it was.
But how would he profit from all of this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations.
Do you mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets?
Oh my fucking god. What is this? Judge, what is your problem? Oh my god, the court's silent.
Oh, wait. You must mean puppet, as someone forced you to do spinning. Never mind.
Admit it, Chief. You assisted Lana Skye in forging evidence. Your motive to appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her.
Righto, my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something.
What?
Do you have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana?
Jeez. For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? No, she's probably way too afraid of whatever hold you got on her. And that. There's no way she'd testify against Gant. Exactly. What do we have against Gant right now? The stuff in the safe, the evidence record, the half of it, and what else do we have? The only thing I have of him that is his, like, and I don't even know if it was proven, but I think we proved it, is his number on the evidence room record. But I don't know if that's gonna do anything. That is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be?
Of course I'm talking about.
Right. The murder of Detective Bruce Goodman.
The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
That's a fucking threat. You can't put a threat in live court. What is wrong with you?
Just what do you mean?
That's on the record now. What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, but the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement.
What?
Oh yeah, let's just bring it all to the table. All of it. Everything. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency.
Yes, so?
To accuse a chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible.
It's okay. Now, don't worry, we'll get you through this. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edgeworth said in easier to understand language.
Uh-oh. Edgeworth is gonna have a rebuttal for us. Buttle.
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. I guess it's you and me, brother, just like I thought we would die together. Looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this. We might as well do it too.
Can you prove this, Mr. Wright? That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder?
Oh, if that's what he's asking me, I think the only thing we have for the Goodman murder is the evidence record, right? The room, the security door. Is that all we have? I'll have to look. Regardless of his rank of title, Chief Gant is just a man. An orange man. The question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Gant to the murder of Detective Goodman. Just remember, it better be good.
It has to be that. Because, okay, so we have the ID. Autopsy report. The note. Knife. Cell phone. I really think that it's this. Because that's the thing with the number on it, right? But have we really proved that in court that it's his number yet? I don't think we've actually talked about that connection. We've only talked about the number, and then we weren't sure whose it was until I went into the office. No, I'm gonna do it. I have a feeling about this. This has to be it.
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we couldn't determine the owner of yesterday. Oh, here it comes. 777-7777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number. It's your number.
What? How do you know that?
The safe in Chief Gant's office required a code to open. A 7-digit code.
7 digits? You don't mean?
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 777-7777. The same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant. Oh God, look at this! Oh, look at Gantendorf now. He looks like a bad guy. Also, your boobs are showing in that posture. You might want to stand up straight. I'm just saying. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh shit.
Order. Chief Gant, what do you have to say?
What do you have to say?
Nothing.
The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulations. And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card.
Yeah, what are you gonna say now? Orange McBoober face.
Chief Gantz, you admit it? You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime?
I'm sure he's gonna make a testimony about this, being like,
I'm the chief of police. I'm allowed to go into the record room whenever I want. What about it? I'm chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom.
What's the difference? I can go anywhere.
I am clairvoyant.
Tell me, when you entered the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone as I do with the evidence room.
I don't need to know that. You don't need to tell me about that.
Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he?
Because he lost his ID card. Is that what we're gonna go for? Did he go in with him because he didn't have a card at the time?
Oh my god.
Oh, he's all crazy talking about it. That must be what it was. Oh shit.
Of course not. Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days.
Yes, you did.
You hadn't seen him in days? Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? This trial's purpose is to determine Lana Sky's guilt.
Yeah, but this is part of it. Will you just listen, please?
No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. If Chief Gant met with the victim on the day of the crime, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
Exactly. Edgeworth is on point, as usual.
In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof the victim went to meet Chief Gant.
Oh, it must have been the lost report, right? It has to have been. If he didn't have it, he couldn't have gotten in. Where is that damn thing? Victim's note. Is it way back here? Oh, jeez. Oh, here, God. We have so much evidence. I think this is what they want. Yeah, if he didn't have the card, he would have had to have submitted this to the chief, or at least used it to get in there. Oh, this has to be it.
Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filed out a lost item report. He would have had to give that report to the chief of police, yet you are in possession of the report.
Oh, sorry.
Which means you can't be sure if he filed it.
He filed it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes, to transfer the evidence, of course. That's why he would have either asked the chief to take him or had to get the card immediately.
Oh.
Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room.
Oh my word. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman.
Is that what you're saying, Phoenix?
Exactly.
But wait. The chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
No, you did not. Oh, Edgeworth about to get you in the ass, boy.
Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. But you showed us your ID card earlier. If you'd really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
Thank you, Edgeworth. You are the best. What you gonna do now? Oh my fucking god! He's fucking turned Super Saiyan. What the shit?
Vegeta!
Chief Gant, you didn't!
He's gonna Kamehameha all up in this bitch. Everyone run! Jesus Christ!
The murder was most likely committed on the spur of the moment. No one in their right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why else? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body. However, the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony? Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. I'm sure we can work this one out. You have an entire police force at your disposal. Oh, so you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. Chief Gant, you left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all this time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. Wait, what clue is that? Okay, what haven't we used? Let's look.
How could the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To move the victim's body, Chief Gant used this. What haven't we used? My badge! No. Parking stub, no. Let's think about this now. What do we have that we haven't used yet? Parking lot floor plans, testing fluid, crime photo, the shoe. Wait a minute, have we used this? Evidence from a past case of Edgeworth brought back to his office by Gant's request. This is it here, isn't it? This is when he ordered Edgeworth to go. Oh, this has to be it. This has to be it. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
What's that? A screwdriver? But what does that have to do with this case?
Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go, by Chief Gant no less. He told me he wanted me to keep it at the prosecutor's office. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back to the prosecutor's office. He was already in the trunk of his car, and that's how it happened. After the ceremony ended that day, I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office, but you did, because Chief Gant asked you to. You mean The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Yep. And then, Lana did all that stuff in front of Angel, and all the stuff, that she took the photos and all that, to thwart the case, to make it look like she did it. The guy was already dead, though, so she did have to stab him.
Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Yes, unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief? Why else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to carry evidence from a closed case? Yeah, why? There's only one plausible explanation. To transport the body to your accomplice. Oh dear. Miss Lana Skye. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Order, order! What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's
rebuttal. Every time. Think back to the photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. This was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk to be taken away. It was exactly the opposite. It is a photo of the body being taken from the trunk.
Chief Gant, please say something.
I believe your time's up.
My time's up?
Sorry, righto, but I'm having lunch with the District Attorney General after this. We have to get going if we're going to make it in time for the early bird special. What? You can't walk out now? You cannot walk out of here. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember what I told you earlier? A police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Like the right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right now. That's just gonna make you look terribly.
That's not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered.
So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away? Don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman, that's what you're saying, right? But if you had any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Do I have conclusive evidence that he did it? That's the thing we're lacking, is that one part. You think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show your proof and get it over with. Do we actually have it, though?
I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Gant is the current chief of police. This court will not tolerate any accusations against him without concrete...
They're hinting that we don't have it, too.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
Do you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Gant murdered Detective Goodman and made Miss Skye dispose of his body?
I think it's too soon. Do we? Do we have any proof?
They're really pushing that we need to be very careful here, and I usually always say that I have proof because I'm confident, but I don't think I have it yet. Oh fuck, am I gonna get a game over? Oh god, I hope not. I just don't think we do. It's no use showing evidence I'm not sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present I have no conclusive evidence.
Ha! COG! In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against...
Oh shit. What? I don't gamble unless the stakes are high. It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again today. Okay, OG, I'll leave the rest to you. Because I think that this isn't... It's too early. We don't have the ball buster yet, do we? It's only been 40 minutes.
I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to a senior officer in our nation's law enforcement agency.
Am I gonna get penalized for this? Oh, Edgeworth, help.
Lady Luck, maybe we should have a word with her.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony.
Is Lana gonna come back and say something? I mean, it's too late now. We already exposed Emma, so will she talk now?
In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method of proof is testimony. But Chief Gant has invoked his right to refuse to testify. There's still someone else. One more witness who can answer all the questions raised in this trial. Someone right in this very room.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Who? Judge, have you been paying attention this whole fucking time? No wonder Edgeworth laughed at your ass. It's fucking Lana Skye, dude!
The defense is the one calling the witnesses today. Call Lana. It has to be her.
Oh, good God. Mr. Wright, does such a witness exist?
She may not be willing to tell the truth.
But we've already done it. We've already exposed Emma, and that's what she was trying to protect, right?
We can't just stop now.
Yes, Your Honor. The defense calls forth. You know what? I hate to do this, but I'm going to stop it here. And in the next one, we're going to call Lana and hopefully get to the bottom of this. Only because I just have this feeling that we have a lot more to go. Lana probably has a lot of testimony. And we're going to have to get it all out of her. And I want to really pay attention to what happens. So I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you understand. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.